What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kelvin Krupiak, and today we're going to talk about clothing care, specifically how often you should wash the different elements of your wardrobe. All right, guys, so today we're gonna break down something that's very important when it comes to making the different items in your wardrobe last longer. Washing your clothes obviously cleans them and helps prep them for you to wear them again, but if done too frequently, it can fade color and even compromise the fabrics of the different clothing items that you're washing. So what I'm gonna do for you guys in this video is break down the routine that I use when I'm washing the different elements of my wardrobe. First, let's talk about athletic wear. So anything that you're wearing to the gym or sweating a reasonable amount in needs to be washed after one wear. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, but I felt like touching on it because I saw a few different sources that actually said depending on the material that you're wearing and how absorbent it actually is, you could probably stretch that to wearing it twice before you have to wash it. And my personal recommendation is not to do that. I wash all of my active wear immediately after using it once. It doesn't matter if I was doing yoga, lifting at the gym, or out on a run. And next, let's go ahead and talk about business attire. So with suits, I like to take them to the dry cleaners after I've worn them about 4 to 5 times. This is a generally acceptable range and has worked very well for me. So the combination of a dress shirt and an undershirt beneath that suit jacket is what's gonna help you go a bit longer before you need to take your suit in to get dry cleaned. Also, when you are taking the suit to get laundered, always take the jacket and the pants together. The reason being is even though you're taking it to get dry cleaned and not throwing it into a washer and dryer, it's still gonna show signs of wear eventually. And you want clothing items that are paired together like the different pieces of a suit to show signs of wear evenly, because it's going to look a little odd if you start wearing pants that are more faded than the jacket. With dress shirts, I like to take them to the dry cleaners after wearing them 2 times, maybe 3 times max, depending on how fresh they still smell, and that's all because generally I'm wearing an undershirt beneath that dress shirt that's helping absorb moisture. It also helps to be comfortable ironing and maintaining your dress shirts after each consecutive wear. And one final note about dress shirts, if you do want to extend their lifespan, I would recommend skipping out on the starch whenever you go in to get them dry cleaned. Moving on to more casual attire, and we'll start with coats and jackets. So this padded jacket, for example, is something that I'm planning on wearing during the fall and winter here, especially through the colder months. It's very thick, very warm, but I would only have to really take it to the dry cleaners once at the very end of the season. However, that can change depending on how often you wear the jacket and how often you're outside and exposed to the elements. Also, down and canvas material don't necessarily need to be professionally dry cleaned. I think it's certainly recommendable if you're comfortable with the expense, but other materials like leather, suede, and even wool, in my opinion, should always be professionally dry cleaned. Now for things like Henleys and even regular t-shirts, I would say you could get away with 1 to 2 wears max before you need to wash, and I actually don't mind the more worn-in look for these types of clothing items. I just feel like with a quality Henley and a quality t-shirt that the more worn-in look can actually add a bit more character to them. Now a big exception in the casual department when it comes to how often you should be washing it is denim. I feel like with denim though, I could make a much more in-depth video in the future with the differences between pre-washed denim and raw denim and how to care for each one respectively. So for now, I'll just touch on pre-washed denim because it's a much less involved process, and I would say that they require less special treatment than raw denim. With pre-washed denim, it's pretty much gonna come down to 4 main things. Number 1, you wash them infrequently. Number 2, you wash them in cold water. Number 3, you turn them inside out when you do wash them. And number 4, you hang them to drip dry. All of those things are gonna help you do the best that you can when it comes to preventing color fading. And finally, just to cover all of our bases, we have the more personal items of clothing like your underwear, socks, and undershirts. Those are things that no excuse, no exception, need to be washed after 1 use. Just promise me you guys won't try and get multiple uses out of those specific clothing items. And the last 2 things I wanna say just to round out this video on washing your clothes is definitely separate your colors and always try to keep from overpacking that washer and dryer. The more clothing that's packed in there, the more potential there is for those clothing items to rub against each other more aggressively. And that's also going to contribute to color fading and compromising the material. And there you have it, guys. That's really all I have for you today in this video. If you found it helpful, please do hit that thumbs up right down below. And if you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I've got new videos coming out every single week. And with each video, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them right down below in the comments and I will be sure to get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.